Welcome to The Den. On this episode, we're talking about soccer in Canada.
Why didn't I play soccer? And I do think it's because there's a stigma around it that it's low scoring, it's European, it's foreign.
Coach Carlo Canavan from Kingston United SC will be teaching me how to play goal in our Tips from the Pros segment. And you know you want to stick around to hear what our host Tom Ladansky is ranting about in the end zone. All this, plus Tom is taking on John for all the marbles in our Average Joe Sports Fan Trivia on this episode of The Den.
Thanks, Amy, and welcome back to The Den. I'm your host, John Tavares, and join with me weekly, my good friend Tom Ladansky. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing all right, John. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm excited. We're talking soccer. It's a great sport. I played it 18 years of my life. I understand that you played it as well?
Yeah, I did for a brief period of time. It's a very popular sport at the grassroots level here in North America. It's the sport that has the most participation in it.
Yeah.
More people play soccer in North America than any other sport.
Absolutely.
So why isn't it a bigger sport at the professional level? Why don't more people go see the game?
There's a lot of reasons why it's not at the professional level. Pretty much, you can look at the product that they're putting on the field, the talent of the players versus, English Premier League, European leagues, and things like that. Definitely not the same caliber of game. However, at the grassroots level, yeah, it's the cheapest sport that you can start. I mean, very little in expense as far as parents are concerned. There's not a lot of equipment you need to wear. The leagues are pretty inexpensive to get into. And it's a fun sport to play.
But if so many people are playing it, I still don't get why we're not watching it at the highest level.
Because in North America, and Canada specifically, hockey's the sport. Yes, it's the second leading sport that kids play nowadays, next to soccer. However, there's a future in hockey here in North America.
I think that's a key thing to say. Here in North America, there's definitely a future for people playing soccer, but you're gonna have to leave your country.
You have to leave your country
if you want to play at the highest level.
If you want to, and who's here to train you to get you to that next level?
Definitely, the top quality trainers are
all overseas.
Absolutely, but at the same time, why are we tuning into the Premier League, to Serie A?
I think people are. Cable packages, satellite packages, and things like that. Again, it's another expense. But I don't see why we can't tune into some of the games or tune into the MLS, because it's the competition here.
Now, I don't know, as a Torontonian, I do go see quite a few Toronto FC games at BMO.
Yep.
It's an enjoyable experience. It's a fun outing, but it's not, I don't know if it's the quality of the team that keeps me from becoming a huge fan, or if it's the quality of play of the league overall that's holding me back. But I certainly would much rather watch a Premier League game on TV than watch an MLS game on TV. There's no contest. The quality of play is very different.
Absolutely.
And I think a huge factor in the potential lack of success of soccer in North America is we adapted it to a North American league. So there's a playoff system. It's run just like hockey, whereas in Europe, the weaker teams get dropped out of the league. Can you imagine, instead of this talk about the bottom teams, the Leafs, the Senators tanking for John Tavares, the hockey player, or Victor Hedman, instead imagine the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to get demoted to the AHL.
Yep.
Fans would be up in arms. There'd be a lot of interest. Instead of
every game would count. There would be a meeting.
Instead of having fans going to the game, not cheering, being like, ho hum. Yeah. Fans would be crazy at those games because it'd be survival in the league.
Yeah, you wouldn't be taking a shift off. You wouldn't take, you would not see a drop in play. I'm
not saying, hockey does it wrong. I certainly love the way that the league is organized.
But each league has its own.
But why not keep soccer the way soccer is? I think it's a tough sell to the owners to say you might drop out of the top league. Yeah. You bought this investment, but it's certainly better for the sport overall.
Absolutely, and from an economic standpoint, football, careers in football, in hockey, in North America, that's where you make your money. And I think that's the biggest influence on children and adolescents when they're choosing these sports. It's great to start in, but again, you've got to go overseas if you want to play soccer.
I don't think money's the biggest issue here. I don't think that kids are making that decision based on financial information.
Look at
I think
the Galaxy, LA Galaxy. They tried the same Gretzky experiment. They brought in David Beckham at $250 million. That was the biggest contract in the league.
Did the Gretzky experiment work for a short period of time? Maybe we'll see how the David Beckham experiment works.
I don't think he played enough games. He was injured half the time.
We'll see how the David Beckham experiment works. like you say. But again, hockey certainly dropped off the face of the map in the southern U.S. Is soccer going to do the same thing? I think
maybe they need to stick to large markets.
It's beyond financial information and financial knowledge why kids don't get into soccer. I think there's a stigma around soccer, at least certainly from the U.S. that there's a stigma. It's a European game.
I played 18
it's a
years,
foreigner's
Tom.
game.
I played 18 years, Tom, and knowing that I couldn't go play pro or was not good enough to play pro, which would be more the case. But I mean, again, you know, I would look at hockey and football. Those were the two sports that I wanted to excel in because I knew there was a future here in North America.
Look, John, I don't know about you. I never had any delusions of grandeur in my athletic career. I knew that I was a high school athlete at best. You know, I never knew that I had an opportunity at any other sport. In fact, I was quite confident that I would have no opportunity. But I still played hockey and football. Why didn't I play soccer? And I do think it's because there's a stigma around it that it's low scoring, it's European, it's foreign.
Well,
there's all this play acting, when a player's fouled.
That's a big thing for me. And I mean, I don't think it transcends well in North America because look at our top sports. You look at hockey, it's a very physical game. You look at football, very physical game. And when we see guys parading around a field, and as soon as they get touched, they're taught to flop.
Basketball's popular enough. Basketball's popular enough, and there's flopping in basketball. And I would wager I would wager the soccer's more physical.
But you don't see a guy on the basketball court flailing his arms and taking up 5 minutes of the game's time because he got hurt.
You're absolutely right, but when he doesn't take up 5 minutes of the game's time because the whistle blows right away. That's another reason I like soccer. You sit down to watch a soccer game, you know it's going to be 45 minutes. You're going to get a 20-minute break. You go to the fridge, you get some cold beverages, 45-minute second half. You know how long that soccer game's going to take.
Yeah, and what about additional time? They actually had to bring in a rule that there was a mandatory fixed additional time. You couldn't go past a certain, I think it's 5 minutes. You can't go past 5 minutes, correct me if I'm wrong, because it was taking up too much time, too many flopping, too much acting. I mean, come on, the guy looked like he was in pain, and this magical blue bottle of water shows up.
The spray.
And the spray, and all of a sudden, you know, 2 seconds later, he's on the sideline, and as soon as the play goes on, he's back on the field running into it. Penalize those guys. Make the game.
Is that what's holding soccer back in North America? I doubt it. I think
it's taking away from a game. It's taking away from its integrity, and I think it can be a great game. You just have to market it better.
I think I don't think it's a matter of marketing. I think you could bring it over the same way that you run the leagues in Europe. You could market the heck out of it. You could make it a fantastic operation, and it's still at best going to be competing with the hockeys of the world as a third-tier sport, which isn't a bad thing. You can carve out a successful business that way, but for the world's most popular sport, it's surprising that we don't get behind it, and it's because it's not part of the fabric of North America.
Well, speaking of carving, we've got to carve ourselves into a commercial here. We're going to have tips from the pros right after this. More of the Den to come. Stick around.
After the show, log on to our website, dentv.ca, for videos, blogs, and so much more. When we come back, Coach Carlo will be teaching me how to play goal. Hey guys, I'm here at a local soccer field with Coach Carlo. He's going to be teaching me how to play goalie. I'm a little nervous. I've never done this before. Let's see how well I do. All right, Coach, let's do this. Keep in mind, I really do not know how to play goalie at all, so starting from the ground up with me.
Well, Amy, you've picked the most difficult position in soccer, the goalkeeping position. And not many players want to take on this responsibility, but those who do absolutely love it.
Good.
So, if you're ready, let's get started.
I think I'm ready.
All right,
go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, Amy, the first thing we're going to look at is your set position.
Okay.
So if you could please go back to the white line right there.
Okay.
And what I'm going to ask you is this. You're in a large net right now, and the young child looks so small in this net.
I'm pretty small myself.
So am I. Vertically challenged. So what the first thing we have to do is this. We have to make sure the net looks smaller. So your body position is critical.
Okay.
So if you could please just bend your knees slightly.
Okay.
Hands up. Very good.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to toss you the soccer ball, and all I would like you to do is keep your eye on the ball, your body behind the ball.
Okay.
And when the ball comes to you, I would like you to make your hands into a W shape in order to catch it.
Okay.
Are you ready to get going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this. Body position set. It looks great. Perfect.
Okay.
Hands are ready. Excellent. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Excellent. Very good. Another one. Set position. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Trying to make that W to bring that ball in.
Okay.
Set. Ready? Go. Excellent. Perfect. I'm going to throw you the ball, and I would like you to come off your line and attack the ball and catch it.
Okay.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Very good. Go back to your line. Set position. 1, 2, 3. What we're going to do now, Amy, is this. I'm going to ask you to get yourself set, and I would like you to shuffle over to the left,
Okay.
catch the ball, shuffle back to the middle, catch the ball, and shuffle over to your right and catch the ball. Lateral movement, which is critical
Okay.
for a young goalie. Are you
Okay.
ready? Set position first. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Set. Catch. Excellent. Go back to your set position. Set. Catch. Very good. Very good. Set. Attack the ball. Catch. Very good. Off the line. Attack the ball. Excellent. Very, very good. Perfect.
That's
Now,
hard work.
it is hard work. The goalkeeper actually, as the player gets older, should be the most fit player on the team.
Yeah. Wow.
You look good.
Thank
Are you
you.
ready for a few shots?
I think I'm ready.
Go, play. Oh, almost, almost. I'm going to go to the right. Excellent, very good, excellent. Attack the ball. Shut out, Amy, shut out. Are you ready? Set position, come off your line. Excellent. Shut out. Come off your line. Good, good, good. Oh, last one. Not too bad at all. Excellent. Natural goalkeeper. Body behind the ball, attacking the ball, eyes in the ball. Critical.
Good.
Excellent work.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Carlo.
No problem, Amy.
Guys, that's Carlo. Coach Carlo. Tips from the pros. I'm exhausted.
All right, welcome back to The Den. It's time for my favorite segment, Sports Trivia with the Average Joe. Our Average Joe this week is Tom Ledansky. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks for welcoming me, John. It's great to be here.
Hey, well, you know, I like to be uniform and keep it consistent. And
It's
you know,
my favorite segment, too, speaking of consistency, seeing as
Well,
I always seem to win this segment.
You beat me by 1 the first time. We tied the last time. I'm going to win this one. We'll
How many
settle
wins
this
do you
on the
have,
court
though,
next
currently,
time.
right?
Sorry?
How
Pardon?
many wins do you have?
Oh, I've got quite a few, actually.
Against me?
Against you?
How many?
Well, you're undefeated as it stands, but that is about to be
thanks, John.
rectified. I'm going to go have my meal as per usual. Amy's going to read you the questions. I'm going to beat you, and all will be settled. Then we'll go to the golf course or the basketball court, and we'll actually play sports, and we'll show you how it's done.
John, I put a pizza on the table for you.
You are the best, babe. All right, Tom, time to notch this thing up. Don't want you taking a dive, falling on the ground, faking the injury, doing whatever. We're going to even this up. It's going to be a golden goal. If you go down, you're staying down. Not my problem.
All right, let's get started with these questions here. We both know the rules.
Yes.
All right, question number 1. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 2006?
It was Italy.
That's correct. Which French player was tossed out
Zinedine
of the
Zidane.
World? Yes. Which country hosted the World Cup of Soccer in 1994?
The United States.
That's true. Which team in the Premier League has been most successful with 10 titles?
Manchester United.
Oh, nicely done. Which team captured the Premier League championship in 2005 and 2006?
Chelsea Football Club.
Nicely done. Who scored the first ever goal in Toronto's FC's history?
Danny Dicchio.
Nice. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 1982? Was it Spain, Brazil, West Germany, or Italy?
West Germany.
No, it was Italy. Which country captured the Euro Cup in 2008?
Spain.
That's right. When was the last time Canada was in the World Cup of Soccer? Was it 1994, 1990, 1996,
90.
1986? Sorry.
1990.
No, it was 1986. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 2002?
Brazil.
That's correct. Which country has captured the most Euro Cups?
Germany.
Yes. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 1994?
It was Brazil.
Yes, it was. In March of 2007, Canada has its worst FIFA World Rankings. What was it?
No multiple choice? 100.
Yes, there's multiple choice. I apologize. Was it 73rd, 83rd, 93rd, or 103rd?
103rd?
Yes. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 1998? We're out of time.
It was France anyways, though.
It was?
That's not going to count.
Well, we'll go to the scoreboard and we'll call John down here. John, it's your turn. Well, it's no surprise. Tom got a solid 11 correct answers. Let's see how John does. Okay. Question number 1. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 2006?
Italy.
Yes. Which French player was tossed out of the World Cup for headbutting in 2006?
Zidane.
Yes. Which country hosted the World Cup of Soccer in 1994?
94.
They hosted the World Cup. You want to pass?
China?
No, it was USA.
Oh, crap.
Which team in the Premier League has been most successful with 10 titles? Was it Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, or Manchester United?
Man United.
Yes. Which team captured the Premier League championship in 2005 and 2006?
Chelsea.
Yes, it was. Who scored the first ever goal in Toronto's FC's history?
Danny Dicchio.
Yes. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 1982? Was it Spain, Brazil, West Germany, or Italy?
Germany.
No, it was Italy. Which country captured the Euro Cup in 2008?
Spain.
Yes. When was the last time Canada was in the World Cup of Soccer? Was it 1994, 1990, 1986, or 1982?
90.
No, it was 1986.
Figures.
Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 2002?
Germany.
No, it was Brazil. Oh. Which country has captured the most Euro Cups?
Germany.
Yes. Who won the World Cup of Soccer in 1994?
Brazil.
Yes. In March of 2007, Canada had its worst FIFA World Rankings. What was it?
Tom by 1.
We're gonna go to the official scoreboard. What can I say? Tom owns John at trivia. Let's go back to the bar.
Well, Tom, a little humble pie for me with my meal that I had earlier. Congratulations.
Still got room for dessert?
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always.
Always got room for humble pie.
You know, maybe next time. Yes, you are.
Maybe next time, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Maybe
My
next
thoughts
time
exactly.
we'll do some real sports, you know, football,
Yeah.
hockey,
Yeah.
you know, none of the soccer.
Maybe we'll ask WWE or Bon Jovi trivia.
Just
and you'll
drink
have
up,
a
all right?
chance.
You win. Don't rub it in, all right?
Thanks.
Be a true sportsman. More of the Den to come with the End Zone coming up next. Stick around.
You think you got what it takes? You think you got the cojones to take me on in the Average Joe Sports Trivia? If so, log on to our website, dentv.ca. Click on Contact Us. Send me an email. If you're lucky, you will get to kiss my ring. If you're lucky, I will grace you with my presence. If you're lucky, I will welcome you into my home. But don't hold your breath, because I also have a pair of concrete shoes waiting for you too. Stick around, more to come.
What's up, everybody? It's your man, Cabby, from the Score Television Network. You are watching The Den exclusively with your girl, Amy, and I'm here right now, but I'll see you later. Peace.
When you consider the seasonal changes in climate and the overall wealth of the population, it's not surprising to me that Canadians might not find soccer as interesting as they do other sports, but there's definitely a market for it in this country, as evidenced by the fact that the MLS has awarded us a second team in Vancouver, largely based on the success of Toronto FC here in Toronto. And I can think of a couple of other Canadian cities with the kind of diverse populations that can certainly support professional soccer. But my problem is that the MLS will never move beyond the niche sport that it currently is because they've over-adapted soccer to suit North American traditions. It's bad enough watching soccer being played on football fields with football yard marking all over the pitch, and to see it played on a synthetic turf like they do here at BMO Field, where the quality and pace of play suffer. But beyond that, where is the relegation system in place for this league? Why are there two divisions, and why does the league award its champion based on a playoff tournament format? What is wrong with the way that every other soccer league on earth has its league format set up? Maybe that, at the end of the day, is why we call it a different name here in Canada. It's not the beautiful game that we see everywhere else in the world, and maybe that is why we aren't as interested.
Why don't we tune in professionally? Why isn't it more popular at the professional level?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons. I mean, going back to the Goose Rats and the rats and the rats and the Goose.
The grassroots. You could have sang it. That was so good. The Goose Rats.
The Goose Rats.
The Goose Rats.
There's these two gangs. There's the Goose Rats.
Crips, Bloods, Gooses, and Rats.
And you don't want to with these guys.
Chris. Goose Rats.
You tell Tom not to throw that word in. Just 2 seconds left. Thank you, Amy, and welcome back. Oh, I can see him out of the corner of my eye. He's sitting there going, say it again. I want you to say it again.